Children responsible for the assault have been arrested. The incident occurred as the pregnant woman was walking home. After a group of minors knocked her down, they took turns jumping over her as if playing a vaulting horse game. Her young son rushed into the crowd, shielding his mother's abdomen with his frail body. Despite his tears, a cell phone camera captured this heart-wrenching scene, while the children laughed and completed each shove.
Have you seen that video going viral of the mother and her son getting attacked by a group of middle school kids? If you have, then you already know how upsetting it is. The scene is messy, and the reactions from some of the parents made it even worse. Instead of taking responsibility, they tried to defend their kids, bragging about how they behaved when they were younger and acting like these bullies were completely innocent. It really proved that old saying true: the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But this time, people refused to stay quiet. Social media quickly called out every parent involved, and the whole community started demanding accountability. Many are saying that if these kids and their parents aren't corrected now, things could get much worse later. What began as a local incident has now spread everywhere, turning into a much bigger conversation about parenting, behavior, and consequences.
So apparently the mother has been telling the school this entire time that her son was getting bullied, and the school didn't do anything about it. And this is why you got the community out there protesting, because these schools refuse to do anything when these parents come up to these schools and tell them that their child is being bullied. I don't know what goes on in their minds, and they just be like, oh, you know, kids are going to be kids. Y'all have to stop doing that, because we see too many situations where kids are being bullied. The parents come up and they tell y'all about it, and for some reason y'all don't do nothing about it. It's really frustrating.
For a long time now, people in the community, teachers, store workers, and even neighbors have been talking about how many of these kids behave wildly without any real discipline or guidance. Some teachers have even left their jobs because they simply couldn't handle the constant disrespect and chaos anymore. That's how bad things have gotten. A few days ago, a woman named Karonda went to Orville Bright Elementary School on a Tuesday afternoon to pick up her son. She has been dealing with sickle cell disease, and on top of that, she had spent almost 2 years telling the school that her son was being bullied. Despite all her complaints, nothing meaningful was ever done to protect him. On that terrible day, a group of kids noticed her walking with her son. Instead of minding their business, they started taunting both of them, laughing loudly and making rude comments. Karonda stayed calm and didn't respond. She grabbed her son and daughter, moved them aside, and kept walking, hoping to avoid any trouble. But the kids didn't stop. They followed her down the street, and eventually one of them struck her son. That's when Karonda stepped in to defend him. The group immediately attacked her, dragging her across the grass and yanking her daughter's hair. Her son had to jump in front of her to shield her stomach, so they would stop hitting her. And honestly, if you haven't watched the video, it might be better not to. It's heartbreaking, disturbing, and extremely hard to watch. Seeing a sick mother and her children being treated like that will do nothing but make you angry and frustrated about how far things have gone.
Make you angry.
Come on, blood! Shamar, look at that! Shamar! Come here! What you want, Shamar? Shamar, what you want, Shamar? Shamar, look at it.
Since it's 2025, the whole incident was recorded and quickly posted on social media, especially Facebook. The moment the video went up, it spread everywhere, and people made it clear that there was nothing funny about what happened. By the next morning, members of the community gathered outside the school demanding an explanation. Police arrived soon after and took several of the kids involved into custody for questioning. They kept them there for hours, mainly because the community was loudly insisting that something serious needed to be done about what they had witnessed.
Atrocity.
With the parents and those children. And I think before we do a lot of talking, we need to listen. We need to listen to those children. What I just heard are 2 little, beautiful black children that are traumatized. They've been bullied. They've been tortured. And I just spoke without giving up full details. What I just told the principal and CPS, that we're not about to let a bunch of rules get in the way of protecting our children.
That's right, that's right.
No mother should ever have to go through what that woman went through.
Meanwhile, Karanda was taken to the hospital along with her son, so they could both receive medical care. The attack was extremely hard on her, especially because she was already dealing with a serious health condition. The entire situation left her physically drained and emotionally shaken. People in the community refused to let the school or the police brush the incident aside. Instead, they went straight to social media and began searching for the parents of the kids involved. Many felt that this kind of behavior didn't just appear out of nowhere. It usually starts at home. Before long, the parents were identified, and the community began demanding that they take responsibility for their children's actions. One person even wrote online, "This is the first time I've ever thought about calling someone's job to get them fired. But yes, St. Patrick, delete your Facebook all you want. The internet will still find you. And when they do, I'm calling your job every single day until you're held accountable." Yas St. Patrick is the mother of one of the girls who is said to be leading the group during the attack. When the video started spreading online, she quickly tried to defend her daughter. She posted, "My daughter is a good kid. She gets A's and B's. She's captain of the cheerleading team. She's ahead of her classmates, and every teacher says positive things about her. We don't owe anyone an apology except that lady and her children. All of you looking for attention need to stop talking, because kids will be kids. There are children out here doing far worse. When you were 12 or 13, some of you were out here beating up people on the street. You don't know us. My daughter was peer pressured, and she has already been corrected for what she did. It takes a village, and she has strong support behind her. We don't owe anyone else an apology, and my kids weren't raised to behave like that." But honestly, if she wasn't raised that way, then where did she learn it? That's the question everyone began asking.
And to the mother down there in Chicago, huh? Who daughters apologize? No, you don't get to tell us how to treat your daughter, because I watched that clip. You understand me? I watched that clip. She was not a child the way she was cussing, baby. She done heard some things and seen some things, young lady. You did a terrible job. You did a terrible job.
She probably believed the internet would talk about it briefly and then forget, but that was far from reality. People called her out nonstop, and the pressure kept building. Eventually, she had no option left but to go live with her daughter and offer a public apology.
I was wrong.
It's okay, come on.
For everything that I did. And I was just being a follower. Following everybody who don't even got nothing that I got.
Going live with her daughter was honestly the worst choice she could have made, because people were in no mood to listen. The frustration was already high, and viewers weren't buying any excuses. The girl she brought on camera was the same one who reportedly threw the first punch at the mother, yet they sat there talking about peer pressure and how she was just a child. Nobody was convinced. To make things even worse, an aunt of one of the other kids also went live, wearing what looked like her niece's jacket, casually joking about Karanda and her 9-year-old being attacked, as if the whole situation meant nothing.
Hey, I know y'all see that video. And if any bitch wanna be funny, fuck mama, your ugly ass baby, pissy ass grandma, stolen ass people. What kind of shit they want when they got buried? Ugly ass clothes. People, fuck y'all. On crap, I hate all y'all. Bottom line. Hey, I know y'all see that video.
What exactly was supposed to be funny about any of this? That's what people kept asking as more parents started speaking up, including women like Tisha Stevenson and Nicole Collins. They loudly defended their children, insisting they would always stand behind them no matter what. But the situation hit a nerve for many people, especially parents who know how frightening it is to see a child in danger. Even with all the outrage, some of these adults still refused to admit their kids had done anything wrong. This wasn't a harmless case of kids being kids. People understand that teenagers make mistakes, but what happened here crossed a line. The internet made it clear that before anyone talks about forgiveness, there needs to be accountability. If nothing is done, these kids could easily repeat the same behavior, believing there are no real consequences. Karanda also shared how deeply this has affected her. She said, "I'm in so much pain, emotionally and physically. I don't feel well at all." She explained that her whole body hurts and that both of her children are traumatized. Her son wakes up in the middle of the night calling for her, still terrified after everything they went through. Her husband eventually spoke up too. He said, "We're traumatized as well. I couldn't sleep, not even for a moment. Every time I close my eyes, I see the video all over again. I want justice. I want the school, the parents, and the kids responsible to be held accountable." People across the internet echoed the same anger. One person wrote, "The world is wild now. Kids raising kids. I watched those kids jump that mother and her children, and my family would have buried me alive if I ever disrespected someone like that." Another said, "Seeing those kids attack that woman made my blood boil. What kind of behavior are y'all teaching at home? Don't just punish the kids, hold the parents responsible too." Moments like these make everyone wonder, how did it get this far? What kind of environment produces this behavior? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, take care.